So fun to see all these faces on here. I love it.
We need to hit the break.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'm excited to see you in 7 days or whatever.
I know. Me too.
Andy, are we already recording?
Yes, we're recording.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and shall we get started? In the interest of time, or you want to give it another couple minutes?
No, I think we start on time.
All right. Very good. Everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should probably introduce ourselves, huh?
Yeah, and I'm going to do that in a little bit, but let me go ahead and first welcome everyone for joining us tonight. I want to give you a big, huge congratulations to each of you for committing to growth. This is our Grow series. It's a 7-week program to help build a strong foundation so you can take this business wherever you choose to go. These calls are going to be led by your leadership from different organizations across this country. So let's do some introductions. First, I'm Courtney Spiewak. I'm coming to you from outside of Houston, Texas.
Awesome. I'm Annie Alexander, and I'm in Kansas City. Kathy.
Hey, I'm Kathy McCool in Nashville. Welcome, welcome.
I know Jenny Pickett's on here, but I don't see her, but I see her. I don't see her face.
Hi,
there
hi.
she is.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
And then Tegan Braun, she's leading a app thing tonight, so she couldn't be with us tonight, but she'll be with us later. And Danielle George from Kansas City area, and Whitney Proctor from Wichita. So
Yes, thank you all. So we are excited, and tonight our topic is really the first step in creating a strong foundation. And we are going to start with vision. So vision is how your perfect life looks. What do you want out of life? What brings you joy? What does your perfect day look like? However, it's also about reality. How much income do you need to lead the life you desire? And while we can all dream about the perfect day of lounging around in bed in our pajamas, is that really what you want every day? Is personal growth important to you? What about being part of something that's bigger than just yourself? Is it a priority for you to be in charge of your day and your time? Part of the homework that we're going to be assigning for this Grow series, our 7-week Grow series, is to spend some time creating your perfect vision. And I'll ask that you do one thing: dream big. Don't let excuses or fears stand in the way of what you really want. Once you have a vision, it's time to break it down into goals. And these goals should be supportive of your vision and then have a time attached to them and also be specific. So vision and goals are not the same thing, but your goals are the activities, the actions, what you need to achieve to make your vision a reality. So as an example, to give some examples of vision, let's say that you have 3 kids and your vision is that they all attend college and you don't want them to go into debt. You want your children to start off adulthood without that financial burden. So your goals would break down into: how long do you have before you have to pay for their college? Do you think they're going to attend a state school, a private school, or out-of-state school? And all of that factors into how much income you need to bring in and when. And then you can break that down into your goals and what you need to achieve to paint that perfect vision of your children starting their life without debt after college. And your vision can be anything that matters to you. Maybe it's control of your schedule so you get to attend your children's activities. Maybe it's the freedom to pick up and travel with friends whenever you feel the urge. It could be you want to retire at 50. Paint that vision as vividly as you possibly can, because that's what we're going to refer back to when we hit bumps in the road. So it's really important to know where you want to go and where you want to be. Maybe you need some help in creating this vision, and I will refer you to the Roots to Success document that you can find in Tools, and you'll find a different kind of brain teasers to help you walk through how to create the perfect vision for yourself. And your upline leader, your upline director can help with this as well. So now that we have our vision and we've broken it down into actionable steps, let's talk a little bit more about this foundation. So where are you going right now in your business? Annie, you want to talk about this?
Yeah. All right. So I have this little sheet, and I have shared this with you guys before. It's called Mastering Wildtree. Are you an expert? And you guys might have seen this. We've posted, I know in our org, we've had it posted. And so if you printed it off, grab that right now and you can kind of look at it. But I'll walk those of you through that haven't seen it yet so you know what it is. Really, it is kind of the heartbeat, the thumbprint of what you need to do to be successful at Wildtree. And it gives you, the first one is talks about, I'm an expert at securing bookings. How good are you at securing bookings? And it gives you, 5 or 6 things to look at about bookings. And then you can rate yourself on here. Okay, number 1, I am awesome at bookings. I get bookings all the time. I'm fantastic at bookings. Or you could say it too, where, yeah, I'm good at this, but I might need some help. Or maybe you're a 3 and you're like, I definitely need some help here. Okay, so go through this. I want you guys to do this week. This can be part of your homework, because what it's going to show you is where you need to focus your time. Okay, is it bookings? Is it in hostess coaching? So an example in hostess coaching would be, I confidently check in with my hostess every week before her party. So think about that. Do you do that? Another section is going to be on team building. Am I confident in talking about the business to everybody that I run into, to everybody at the party? Do I give everybody a recruiting packet? How confident are you? Another area is on time management. So I treat my Wildtree business like a business. I have it scheduled. I know when I'm going to work it. Even if it's 30 minutes a day, whatever it is, you treat it like a business. And then we also have a space where you can add your own on the last page as well. So these are just, I love this, you guys. Love, 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 because it'll help your upline support you and know where you need help. It'll help you realize where you need help. And we're going to fill this out at the beginning this week, and then we're going to fill it out again at the end of the series, and you'll be able to see how you've changed and how you've grown in these 7 weeks. So how exciting is that? You guys excited? Whoop, whoop. Let me see some action out here. I feel like I need some music. There we go. Woo. So I think it's awesome. I love it. I've been using it with my reps for a long time. So I think you guys will love it too. So let's talk about a little bit right now, just in those areas of like bookings, recruiting, things that you do. Tell me where you feel confident. And it's going to be different for every single one of you. So I want you to like take yourself off mute when you talk and say, hey, I feel really good at, and then tell us what it is. We want to hear from you guys.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline. I'm under Tegan. I'm from Colorado.
Welcome.
Hi, I feel pretty good about bookings. I've been doing pretty well at that. I feel like I'm kind of getting a flow, but I'm not very good at recruiting at all. Like, I want to build my team. I do have a couple gals underneath me, but they haven't been very active. And so I would like to recruit some people who are really go-getters.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, it's Cassie. I am under Kimberly Wilkinson, and I'm in Overland Park. I think I've only been with it for 3 months, but I think I'm kind of getting confident with bookings. Kind of killed it my last week, and I got 4 bookings this month and a workshop coming up.
Oh, that's awesome.
On top of, I did a $350 party yesterday that I closed out in a week.
Yay! I've got to see Kathy's journey, so this is kind of fun to hear.
I will tell you guys, I think it was Thursday or Friday, just to give you guys kind of the background really quick. I started in November. December was kind of slow. And January, like last Wednesday, I decided I'm going to do an impromptu Facebook party just out of the blue. I took Annie's Facebook thing and I went with it. And yesterday morning, I was at 210 away from my personal goal, and I hit it being over $78. So, yeah. So, we'll see what this month.
That you had a
This month, I'm pushing harder. So,
yeah. Just setting a goal. That's great. And that's on this list of, do you set goals for yourself? It's really important to have a goal of what you want to hit. Otherwise, you're just kind of like meandering. And like Courtney was talking about, what's your vision? You have to have that vision to set your goals, and you have to have those goals to have something to work for. So it's just a step-by-step process. And if we get that process nailed down, then it just makes it super easy to get up and work. Who else?
Yep.
Who wants to share what they feel really confident in?
Call on your Bluetooth phone.
And sorry if I mute people. I'm muting people just because I hear background. So unmute yourself.
I'll share. So I feel pretty good about, I guess, listening to what other people need, like my customers or new people, and their journey and what they're going through.
Yeah, that's a great skill to have. That's awesome. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing. Anybody else want to share what they feel confident in?
I will. I'm confident in the listening part and also the time management. I'm really working late. So this last couple of parties I had, I revamped all of my intro and everything, and I'm now super confident in that, and I've gotten a lot of really good feedback from it. It's taken a little bit to get there, but now I'm super excited about it.
Awesome. I love it. I love when you found something that wasn't working for you, and so you took action and changed it so that it is. And that's what it takes in this business, is to realize what isn't working for me. Where am I getting frustrated? And then acknowledging that and find a way to change it and move on. Don't quit. Don't give up. Find a way to change it and move through it and get, take that grit that you have and use it.
Right.
Awesome.
And this whole time I've known my why, but I just haven't been able to pass it on to everyone else, to vocalize it in exactly the right way to catch attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went back and started watching Kathy's thing and watching your stuff again. And I went, now I know where I'm going.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. And when you feel confident, the energy that you bring is different, right? And so that's what people feed off of, is that energy, and they feel that and they're excited and they want to be part of it. And then that's when the ball gets rolling, and that's when the momentum really gets rolling. And if you're going into your party with kind of like, I don't know, that's the energy that's there. And so then they're like, I don't know, but if you're going in with that confidence, then they are getting excited from that too. So
Annie, where did you post the other day the demonstration using the new method, using the new catalog?
Oh, girlfriend, I don't remember, but I can post it out there again.
Or even if you put it in this, yeah, that'd be great. Because you posted it, and it was after I had a workshop, like that evening. I think it was Sunday evening. And I was like, I wish I could have watched this before my workshop.
Yeah. And so,
I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, we'll post it again. No worries. What else? Anyone have anything else you want to throw in? Last call for things that you feel confident in. Okay. Well, now that we did confidence, where do you not feel confident? And I'll share that, because I recently really struggled for like 4 months in team building. And I was really having, I don't know, just a problem with it. And I'm not quite sure why. And then I've shared with my team this story. I went to Arkansas a couple weeks ago, and I just flipped the way I was thinking about it. And instead of offering the product first, I started offering the business opportunity first. And so in December, I had 2 recruit leads from the same size vendor event, and I led with product. In January, when I went to Arkansas, I led with the opportunity and had 18 recruit leads. Now, not all those people are going to sign up, obviously, but some of them have already. And some of them I'm still talking to, and then some of them I haven't heard from, right? But I really struggled with team building for several months until I had a paradigm shift in my head. So where are you struggling right now, and where can we help you as we go through this series? Who wants to share?
Okay, I'll go first.
Awesome.
I actually kind of experienced it yesterday when I was kind of pushing really hard. Was kind of, I guess they would call it, I don't know if you'd call it cold like messaging, but I had a friend, I had a relationship with her the past 6 months. I'm a customer under her for another product that I use. And I just asked her if she would order for me or from me, and she did, but that freaked me out. Like, I literally was anxious the whole time I was doing it. So I think just the fact of asking, like, and that's something Kimberly's been working with me on, is like, ask. It's not going to hurt to ask. I am very freaked out about that. It literally gets me so anxious. It's not even funny. So I guess building my confidence on that. And then I know I can recruit people, but it's how to bring it up. And my goal for this month is to have 2 people. So I really need to get that going.
Okay, so conversation starters, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say mine, which I just mentioned with that wanting to see the demo, is having a natural way to lead with the business opportunity first. Because it seems like it's so much more natural and so much easier to build up to it. You know, customer, host, business, and doing it the opposite way. I just need a way for that to feel natural. And I do believe in it 100% and think that's the best thing they can do. But without feeling funny about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just being more comfortable about leading with it and how to start that and transition into everything else. Because I know what I want to say in my presentation, but then I don't ever feel like it all comes out.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
not.
awesome. Well, you'll have to get on the next call that we do, because it's all about that.
Annie, I loved the way that you posted about leading with the business for the vendor event that you did. And that's what I've been using. I do my whole little, this is my why, this is me, this is my family. And then I ask everybody who's heard of Wildtree before they've come here. And then I go into, Wildtree is amazing and it is just exploding right now. And I need help because, and that Jacqueline has really, that I've gotten good responses with that. And I've only done 2 parties with it, but I've gotten a lot of people going, huh. So.
Yep, that's exactly what I say. So. Awesome. What are other areas you guys feel like you need help in? You don't feel confident? Last call.
For me, it's the follow-up when people give me like their, well, I would like to join the team, but I can't right now because I'm busy. And I have my reasons why they can do it because they're not busy, but still following up, without seeming obnoxious, I guess.
Yeah.
Is my thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm struggling with.
Overcoming objections and following
up.
up.
With parties in that same aspect.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to cover a lot of what you guys just brought up. And I think when you go through your report card, you'll find some other things that might stand out to you as well. And we'll be covering all of that too. And really, you guys, I want you to think as we start going through this series, it's great to learn it all, but you have to implement it. Okay? You have to implement it. And it might be overwhelming. You might get so much, you're like, I don't know. Pick one. or two. That's what I do at every conference. Pick one or two things, implement one or two, write the others on a list. You have this ongoing list of other things you can do in your business. Pick the top two and implement those, and just keep working down that list, and eventually you'll get all your solid foundations into place, okay? So once you figure out, I know what I need to work on and what I need to do, then you're gonna figure out when you're gonna do it. So Courtney's gonna talk a little bit about time blocking and how to do that.
Yeah, without time management, our time, I'm sure you all can relate, completely gets away from us. Anybody relate to this? You've spent the entire day, you've been busy the entire day, you get to the end of the day and you have no idea what you did. Or maybe you're a list maker and you make your list and you keep writing on your list, and now you're writing in the margins and you have so much on your list, there's no way you can possibly ever cross everything off that list.
Oh my gosh, did you look at the calendar today?
Time management is critically important for all of us. And it's really about making sure that you get accomplished what is a priority to you. Personal story, I fought time blocking for years. I came from a corporate job, and quite frankly, I didn't want my time scheduled out. I didn't want anybody telling me what to do, when to do it, even if it was me. And I wanted the freedom and thought I deserved the freedom of doing what I felt like when I felt like it. Well, true story, here's what happens. I would wake up in the middle of the night regularly because I'd forgotten something critically important that actually really needed to be done and I didn't do. Parties would fall apart because I wasn't host coaching, I wasn't connecting with the hosts, and potential team members were never connected with. So a lot of my business fell through the cracks and I was overwhelmed and stressed, and that's really not a fun place to be. So once I finally got over my reluctance to try time blocking, I realized I didn't have to feel stressed and overwhelmed, and having a time management system was not this onerous beast telling me what to do and when to do it. It's simply making sure my priorities are in line with my time. And here's a quick tip for you, that one thing that works really well for me and works for a lot of others is to block out a little bit of the time at the beginning of your week, whatever you consider the beginning of your week, whether it's Sunday, Monday morning, Monday evening, block out 30 minutes to an hour. Make a list of everything that's on your mind. Just do a brain dump, everything that you have to do. And start sorting that list. Once you've done that, sort that list into what has to be done right away, what has to be done this week, what can be pushed to next week, what can be delegated to others, or what is maybe not really necessary and you're just going to push that off to the side. Take those critical tasks, what has to be done right away, put those into your calendar in blocks. If it's a bigger project, maybe it's something that you think is going to take you 5-10 hours or more, block those out in smaller increments so it's not overwhelming. And then those other tasks that maybe aren't so important or as important, you can fill in with those. Maybe things like laundry, has to be done, but it does not have to be done immediately unless you're leaving, out of town at 5 o'clock. So really think about what is critical and what has to be done that day. Block that time out and then just follow the time blocks that you have. And you'll find that the stress that you're under is greatly eased because you know that time is coming to get that project done, so it's not on your mind. So you may be thinking to yourself, what are our critical tasks in this business? This is really where the CSFs come from. And if you're not familiar with the CSF, it's a critical success factor, and you can find information in the Roots to Success guide. If you're newer, this came in your kit. If you are not new, then you can find it in tools. And this is where it ties into your goals, which ties back into your vision. Once you know where you want to take your business and you have your goals set up, then you can align those with which set of CSFs match where you want to go. And involve your upline leader or your upline director if you need help in this, and we can certainly guide you into the right direction. But basically, this is going to tell you all about which activity is important and how much of it is important. And here's a spoiler alert. It's all about connecting with people. Whether these are potential team members, hosts, customers, it's all about connecting with people. It's about meeting new people. It's about sharing information about Wildtree, whether it's in a party format or meeting with people individually. And if you track nothing else, if these CSFs are completely overwhelming to you, and we're going to share some different ideas on how to track, track how many people you have a conversation with about Wildtree and how many of those people are new, because those are really the critical things that drive your business forward, is getting in front of people and offering the options that we have at Wildtree, which are business opportunity, hosting party, or using our product. So if you're tracking, then it's easy to work with your upline leader about identifying these skill gaps. So using that scorecard is great for you to do a self-analysis, and then using this tracking system will help identify additional skills, or maybe skills that you weren't aware of that we need to work on. So maybe that you are putting in the activity, but you're not getting the results that you expect. That's where we can identify those skill gaps. It's also about accountability to yourself, that you're meeting those goals to support your vision. It's a very black and white way to look at it. Yes, I'm doing what I need to be doing to move my business forward. Maybe it's instead of focusing on what you find the most fun in your business, which could be making pretty graphics or scrolling through social media, or these things that don't necessarily drive our business forward. It gives you a sense of accomplishment because you know you're doing the big activities, the critical activities to build something. And I think I'll turn it back over to you, Annie, so you can talk about what's coming up.
Yep. Okay. So every week in our series, we're going to have homework for you guys to do. Okay. And that the homework's really important, because if you just do the call, you might pick up a couple tidbits here and there, but to really drive it into your business and make a difference, do the homework. That is what's going to help. And so not that this will be a waste of time just to do the just to do the call and not the homework, but you will just get so much more out of it if you will really look at the homework and apply what we're teaching you into your business. So we have a Grow workbook, and with that, each week at the bottom, there'll be a box that has all the homework in it. So for this week, it talks about going into the roots that Courtney talked about, and I actually put a link within this workbook that you can get to the roots, or you can get to it through tools. Or if you started after 9/1 of 17, then it should be in your kit and you can look at it that way too. So go through there, look at the vision pages, look at the CSFs and see where you want to fall, what you want to do, how that works with your vision and your goals. Then do your report card. And you can just click the button and print it off from there if you don't have it yet. And then we want you to time block when you're going to work. So based on your CSFs, you can estimate how much time you need a day, and you can figure out when you're going to work. And that's going to look different for everybody. So some people that work full time, they may take 30 minutes from their lunch and work a little bit. People that are at home might be doing stuff during nap time. Some people might work early Saturday morning. It's going to be all over the place, okay? So figure out when your Wildtree work hours are. And then we want you to look at your contact list. And like Courtney was saying, it's really about new people. So get your contact list out. And if you've been here a while, get your old one out and start adding new people to it. You should be adding new people to it all the time, okay? I also have a link on there that is my contact system and how I use. So if you're electronic and like electronic, you can look at that. And if it's something you want to try, go for it. If you want to use paper, there's something in Roots too that you can use, or you can just get out a notebook. So there's kind of a lot of homework for this week. And the reason for that is because you really have 2 weeks, because our next call, I think, is the 13th after we get back from Rise. I think it's a Tuesday night. So make sure to get that on your calendar at 8:30. But get that homework done. So figure out time block for your homework too, of when you're going to get that done. And really, I think that's it for today. Any questions on the homework or anything that we specifically talked about today? All right. Are you guys excited for this? I'm super excited.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be, I just love this. We saw so much growth last fall when we did this. And so that's why we're doing it again. That's why we added more people to it. We just have seen a tremendous growth. And then from here, just moving forward in your business. So we're excited that you're here. Thank you for coming. Those that show up, go up, is what Danielle always says. So we want to keep that going, and we'll see you guys after Rise. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, ladies.